Hello everyone. This is the assignment overview and some Canva training for you just to get you started on this week's assignment. So this is facility design in-class assignment worth 5%. This will be due Sunday, February 5th, I believe, before midnight, just the same as the first assignment. So a couple things about this particular one is that first, you must watch the PowerPoint video before you try to attempt this, because I've given you lots of different tips and tricks on how to go through and develop the menu and some of the psychology involved in this. So before you go ahead and start this assignment, I'm just going to give you a little warning. You're going to end up going back anyway, so just go through, watch it, have a cup of coffee or tea, and relax. This particular assignment will have you developing a single-page price fix menu. So as mentioned, price fix menus are often used where you pay a single fee and you get typically 3 courses or several courses in a meal and a couple options for each course. So you'll be using the Canva software. Now this meal must have a theme, and a minimum of 3 courses or categories of food options, okay? Appetizers, entrees, and desserts, or starters, entrees, desserts seem to be the most common, but I want you to have a theme. And I'll get into it a little bit more in detail, but having the right theme will be the one that moves this assignment along really easily or will make it difficult. So each meal underneath all of these courses and categories of food options will have a title that's attractive and a descriptor. So what can the guest expect? Use this marketing scheme below to ensure you meet all the menu requirements. And when you are done, you will download it, which I'll show you how to do. Submit it as a PDF under the submission link under assignments and tests, and have some fun with this, because this is going to be kind of the process that we're going to do with the major assignment, where you're working with the Georgian dining room, but we're going to change that Georgian dining room, because it's a horrible name, into something different. Okay, so we're going to assume this menu would be around a $50 a person price fix menu. This is maybe something you would see often at a middle class to fine dining style restaurant, where they would come in, you order $50 and you get 3 different courses. So the marketing scheme. So first of all, theme. So when you think of a theme, typically these things just don't happen. These price fix menus usually have something backing them up. So this could be a holiday. This could be a season. This is our fall season. This could be a graduation, a birthday, a wedding, something along those lines. This could be a style of food. So you want to create an Italian themed price fix menu, or something along those lines, a Caribbean themed one. That's also fine. So it should have some sort of background to it, the reason why you're coming out with this. So what is it right now? It's February-ish, Valentine's Day is coming up. That could be a good one. And it could be just like a date night, or it could have some other background behind it. It doesn't really matter, but the theme is going to help you decide what kind of items that you should have. Next one should be a design element. So I'm just looking that you're using some color schemes and graphics that represent the food and theme. Okay, so I'm just going to go with Valentine's Day just because it's coming up. You're fine to use it. I just don't want to see 66 Valentine's Day menus. If we can mix it up a little so don't mark the same thing. So Valentine's Day, red, pink, white, maybe black. Maybe it could be an anti-Valentine's Day. So those are some of the color schemes that you could use, hearts and ribbons and florals and Cupid and love. Those could be all the different design elements that you would include in there. Your whole menu should have a title for it as well. So fall in love with winter. I'm making this stuff up. Price and font. So as mentioned, there should be 3 different fonts. So again, look to the PowerPoint video if you haven't, or even just open the PowerPoint itself. Headings, titles, and descriptors all should have a different font style and size. You will have 3 different courses offered. Now, I'm going to say for those of you who will struggle with this creative element, starters, mains, desserts, stick with that. But if you there's a certain theme that you want to do and it's a little bit different. So let's say I'm basing it off a vegan theme. Maybe I'm selecting the different proteins. I'm saying, okay, all the vegan stuff that I can do using tofu, and then all the vegan stuff I can do using legumes, and have some different options there. Again, it really doesn't matter what these 3 different styles of courses are, but starters, mains, and desserts are the most common, and that's what most people go out and pay for. So you don't need to cost anything. You don't even need to come up with all of the recipe itself. What you just need to do is do a little research and do some Google search and find some good menu items that you think would fit this theme. So in my Valentine's Day different options, I can just say it's bacon wrapped water chestnuts or bacon wrapped scallops. That I know that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the theme of Valentine's Day, but it's something that they're easily shareable between 2 people. You might be able to find something with red or pink in it. You might find something with love in it. Or you can even just kind of include that in some of the descriptors. For mains and entrees, there's 3. So for starters, appetizers, 2 selections. This could be a starter or an appetizer, a salad, or a soup. Up to you. Mains and entrees, I want 3 selections. They're going to choose from one of those. 2 of which should have proteins: chicken, steak, shrimp, seafood, crab, doesn't matter. And then 1 should be a vegetarian option. You should also include information about the sides. So what are they served with? Most standard is, seasonal vegetables and some sort of starch, but it could be different as well. And then 2 desserts, and try to have 1 that should be healthy or healthier anyways. All menu options should have descriptors, 10 words or less. Review the PowerPoint for more information on what are good descriptors and what are the things that we should be describing. And then for 4, so that's going to be the major component. That's out of 9 marks. 1 for format, just the correct use of space. It's not too crowded. It's not too empty. You haven't copy and pasted pictures on the internet of somebody's food. Or if you've used imagery that you found online, it's used tastefully. I'm not saying you can't find imagery, but I don't want you to go through and find a descriptor of a meal and just use that exactly. It might not work. So that's the idea of what you'll be doing here. So for bonus marks, I also said you can add revenue generating add-ons to the menu. As an example is upgrading options for some of your dishes. So if you Caesar salad, but you have an add chicken option on there, set a price to it, make it up. It doesn't matter what it is. We're not doing any of the costing. What we're looking at, what we're focusing on here is, can you make a themed menu by finding different options that are out there online and formatting them correctly to show this lovely little option. Okay, so you may also suggest some alcohol or wine pairings should you wish, and that could be used as some extra bonus marks as well. So that is the assignment. What I'm going to do now is just pull up Canva and show you what it's all about. So Canva is a really, really useful, I'm going to put myself here, a really, really useful graphic design free tool. Now I have a little bit, I've paid for the upgrade. It's like $1 a month and it's so worth it. So what you're able to do is create all kinds of social media, different documents, whiteboards, videos, you name it. But you also see a lot of people using these for creating presentations, design visual documents. So a document that has some sort of, like a project you may submit that's kind of boring. You can add a lot of those little different options for you. Infographics, probably the best way to give instructions, the best way to promote a product that people actually read. And you see I've done a bunch of stuff already here for the career fair, Pasta La Vista, virtual open house. I just have a bunch of things that I've done throughout. I actually made there's the Georgian dining room menus in here already. All kinds of stuff. Some sustainability stuff. I've actually made, this is our liquor list for our wedding. Yeah, anyways. So what you will be doing is that you're going to be coming up with your theme. So I'm going to say Valentine's dinner menu. And I didn't even spell it right, but that's okay. It came up with some options for me. Let's try that again. Valentine's. Okay, so here already these come up for you quite lovely. Look at this. There's a price fix menu already done. So this is the Pro. Now I have access to this. You would not, which is probably helpful because you shouldn't have this. So it's already here for you. So what you want to do, and you have a zoom in option here, is that you want to change this to create it as your own. So it has this lovely dinner menu, Valentine's Day. It has all of these things which are interchangeable. You can move them around, you can delete them, you can add more stuff to them. Starters, mains, desserts. They even have all kinds of little imagery all around, and they've kind of done already what you need to do. So a little different for us, what you would need to do is have the name of the item or the menu item, and then underneath it a descriptor. So rock oysters or Sydney rock oysters, and then underneath 6 rock oysters served with a golden shallot dressing, etc., etc. So that's a little bit of change there. And this is all, again, very changeable. You can insert anything you like over here on the left-hand side. So if I go design, I can look up templates or different styles that exist already. If I go to elements, I can go and find any kinds of lines, shapes, graphics. As you can see that there's all kinds of different hearts and things that I could use for a Valentine's Day. There's stickers, photos, videos, you name it. You can upload some imagery as well. So I've uploaded pictures of students, obviously, and some other things there. Text, so if you need to add a text box, and look at this, heading, subheading, body text. That's essentially what we've talked about in the whole design of a menu. The heading, so this is mains, subheading is the title of the dish, body text, descriptor. And they can also have a little bit of, you can pull in and bring, so maybe I'm doing a beach menu. So I'm doing fish tacos, and I'm doing different seafoods, and having light fare like salads and things like that. So I can bring in beach, please, and bring that in here somewhere. And I can have that as one of my little graphics somewhere. And you can do all kinds of stuff with this. Just like Visio, you can rotate it. You can change color schemes. You can delete parts of it. You can change the font of it into something else. Totally up to you. So just because it says glow doesn't mean it can't say love. So I bring in glow, and I can change that to love. But I have to delete glow first. Delete. Okay. You can bring in some of your own photos as well. As I mentioned, you can bring in some logos. So if it's maybe you can up if you're using a different menu from a different restaurant, you want to bring in some of their logos, or where you're ordering a specific piece of meat from a really high-end butchery, then you can bring in a logo or something along those lines. So have fun with this. You're going to come up with a one-page price fix menu designed properly. I don't love the stark white background, but that can work depending on what you're doing. And as I mentioned before, when you go home, you search for templates, and you even just say menus, and they have all kinds that will come up. Now we'll use this throughout the course. As you know, this one here I actually used for our wedding, but as you can see, they just have all kinds. And if I say vegan, then they have different options as well. So I don't want you to use any of these exactly as they are, obviously, but you can use it as a good starting point. Or you can even say something like black background for a menu. And it'll give you ones with black backgrounds in there. So then, okay, I want to have a black, or I want it to be black and gold. And they give you options, right? So I can grab this one. start working on this guy, and that's going to be the one that I want to use. So your theme, it could be music, it could be geography, it could be the arts, it could be sports, it can be anything you want it to be. You can really have a lot of fun with this. Try to either get your food to match the theme, or even just kind of infuse some of the wording of the title of those. So if it's kale salad, as like I said, you know, maybe that's something to do with music to your ears salad. You know, it's something to do with that musical theme. So I feel like these are almost ears. That's just me, I think. So that's what you're going to be doing. When you are complete, you will go into Blackboard, you'll go into assignments and tests, and you will see a in-class assignment submission. You will have to save this as a PDF. So when you are done, you'll go to the share option. You will download, and it asks you how to download it. So you're just going to choose PDF standard. Okay, so I'm just going to do that. It's free. I'll download, and there we go. And that's it. Done. And you see I've done 2. But, okay, good luck everyone, and always email me if you have any questions. Sorry that I'm rambling a little bit here today. Too much coffee. Okay, cheers.